Good afternoon. The time now is 2 o'clock. We're awaiting additional board member. In 5 minutes, I'll call this meeting. When I say call out in this meeting, okay. This meeting is now in session. Ms. Morgan, can you bring me a copy of this? That's yours. That's it. All right, Alderman Chapman. This meeting was called by yourself and Alderman Bradford. Briefing from the police department on the Sims investigation. Would you like to wait for your...
No, sir, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Basically, there's a lot of information out there, and I want to try to get everybody together at the same time and get some official information from our city attorney. Give us what you have. We have some answers, and maybe some others that some of our are still curious about, still want to know, and we can see what our path forward is. One of the things that I promised Ms. Sims is that I would try to get her as many answers as I possibly could. And we didn't have a whole lot last week. We're trying to do something this week. I appreciate the mayor and the rest and our attorney, the rest of all for taking the time to come and do so.
All right, Alderman Bradford.
Mr. I don't know what all he addressed, but I don't want to compromise the investigation. We wouldn't dare do that. We want to be fair to both parties. And I'm not worried about what happened as far as the murder concerned, well, nothing like that. 2 years ago,
I don't want to use the terms murder or any other derogatory terms.
I'm saying I don't know what happened.
Okay, well,
Whatever y'all calling it, well, distract that, but I don't want to, I'm not involved in that.
All right, you got 2 minutes.
Okay, so 2 years ago, we ran for Alderman. Our job is oversee and oversight. The part that I'm worried about is this. We paid for that body cam. All I want to know is, how did a private attorney get in possession of our material and come on television and announce that he had it and he reviewed it? After I'm clear with that, I don't care what's on it, I don't care what they do from that point on, but that part right there falls within our jurisdiction, and we are responsible for that part, and we're responsible for whoever released it, and that we need to be told that as elected officials in this community. We are elected officials. We're responsible, because when all going out, it's going to fall right back on us. I want to know what our people done, improper or proper. We have a right to that information. We don't want to know about the investigation. We're not trying to interfere with it, but just don't look over us like we're incompetent and we shouldn't know anything, because that's not the way this cow runs.
All right, so number 1, section 21-3-15, the legislative power, which is this board, the municipality shall be exercised by the board of aldermen by a vote within a legal called meeting. No members of the board of aldermen should give orders to any employee or subordinate of the municipality other than the alderman's personal staff, which the aldermen don't have that I'm aware of. Duties of the mayor. The mayor shall preside at all meetings of the board of aldermen, and in case there shall be an equal division, shall give the deciding vote. The executive power of the municipality shall be exercised by the mayor, and the mayor shall have the superintending control, meaning the overall control, of all the officers and affairs. This would be considered an affair of the city. of the municipality and shall take care of that law and ordinance as are executed. Furthermore, I'm not at liberty based on the state law to discuss anything during this special call other than receiving a briefing from the police department on the SIMP investigation. We currently do not have any leaders from the police department, as the leaders of the police department were already in advance notice before today and yesterday had already had approved vacation time. Furthermore, the city attorney is a vendor and we're a contract vendor, which means we're not allowed to receive any information from the city attorney, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. We cannot direct or delineate any responsibilities on her other than the ones in our contract. She has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this contract, with this investigation, or anything to do with our personnel. That is a board decision. However, this call meeting was not called for personnel matters, so we will not be discussing it. Furthermore, I would say any information that has been given out to the public as it relates to this case. I will read a statement from the DA. I appreciate speaking with you this morning. As we discussed, I am bound by the Mississippi Rule of Professional Conduct, which limits what information can be released pertaining to the ongoing investigation. This is an ongoing investigation that's not being handled by the city of Moss Point. We're simply the defendants of this case, which means that we have no authority to do anything but cooperate with the investigation. Specifically, Rule 3.6 prohibits me or my office from communicating to the public certain information, including but not limited to evidence expected to be presented in ongoing proceedings. At this point, I can't say or can we give any advice based on Rule 3.6 of the professional conduct and civil procedure, specific Rule 3.6 of Mississippi Rules of Professional Conduct. Anything that has happened with the investigation or anything that has happened with any of the evidence, that's now the information and belongs to the DA's office, which means we don't have jurisdiction over that matter. Presented on Rule 3.8 requires prosecutors to exercise reasonable care to prevent law enforcement from making such public communication as well. For these reasons, I ask that you abide by these rules and not comment whatsoever on the facts concerning this ongoing investigation. Thank you for your service to our community. What I would say is, to me, as mayor and the leader and direct report of the chief and the deputy chief, I am at liberty to tell them they are not at will to make any comment as it relates to this investigation, as it relates to any evidence whatsoever. So if someone wants to know about evidence, you can subpoena the court form, you can enter in your own court pleading, you can actually reach out to the DA's office or FBI who's leading this investigation, but I would not put anybody else, I would not ask or allow any information to go forward. This is, another part of this is, by state code, Mississippi Code annotated, and I had to look up a lot of codes just to make sure that we were doing what we need to do. We're not allowed to interfere with police investigation. From mayor and board of alderman standpoint, we're not even allowed to terminate police and fire. We have to follow civil service rules and proceedings as it relates to that, and this board can have an intent to terminate, but we don't have the superseding control to be able to do that. Everything that I have listed, and I'm willing to read this all off, we have given. The statement that came from the mayor for the day-to-day operations, as I am in control of the affairs and being able to disseminate information on affairs. My statement on August 9, 2019, as mayor, I would like to extend my condolences to everyone affected by last night's tragic incident involving the Moss Point police officer that resulted in a fatal shooting. The investigation will be led by the Jackson County District Attorney's Office. Since then, I've had to correct that, meaning that the investigation will be led by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations in support from the Jackson County District Attorney's Office and cooperation from us. All information and updates will be disseminated by and through their offices. Like all incidents that occur within the city of Moss Point, as mayor, I will follow this incident and give updates from leading agencies as I receive them. I understand and I am aware of the tension that our community, our country is plagued with surrounding police-involved shootings. I am confident that our state and our country agencies will work to ensure, our county agencies will work to ensure that justice is served, and the city of Moss Point collectively will do our part to fully cooperate with the investigative process. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Chase Elkins, Public Affairs Office for the MHP. And then I left them with Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46 is a strong biblical passage that reminds us that even in the face of troubles and adverse circumstances, God is still our refuge. Furthermore, I sent out an email to update the board on 8/15 from Mayor Mario King to the Board of Alderman as an update to the series of events that have happened in the city. I wanted to give you an update about the fatal shooting involving a police officer. There is an intent to sue out for a total of $10 million. Also, the officer has been placed on administrative leave until the investigation is complete. The chief of police will clear him work. Until then, he won't work. So the lead agency of the case is the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. They're leading the investigation, and the district attorney has offered their assistance. The city of Moss Point is the defendant in this case, and a lawsuit filed against the action that one of our officers took. So like the $10 million lawsuit thank you, City Attorney. So the $10 million is not a lawsuit yet, it's a notice of intent to sue. As far as press releases, as mayor, I have released one statement, chief of police have issued 2 statements, and the district attorney's office has released 1 statement. And MBI has not released a statement at all, and they're actually leading the investigation. There have not been any identifying facts released apart from the deceased name and the confirmation that he was shot by an officer. We have run into some issues, but I have managed them with the scope of my statutory responsibilities. While this is an unfortunate incident, I am confident in the city's defense that we will probably be reaching out to Mississippi Municipal Services for our matters on the incident relevant to the intent to sue for $10 million. Chief of Police, please feel free to respond to this statement. If you have any questions to prevent a violation of the Open Meetings Act, I have blind copied all the aldermen on this email. Furthermore, in the last email, we did receive an email from Alderman Chapman asking for some clarity, and my response was, yes, there are several things that need to be discussed. However, none are urgent and all can wait until Tuesday night's meeting. Further, we have no control over the DA. She is also an elected official who has issued a statement which I respect and the city attorney respect. You and agree with. You may call and request a meeting. The information that was sent to you was the information she sent to us. There is no other information to provide at this time. If you would like to make a statement, the board is at liberty to do that on your own, or as a board, as long as y'all collectively came up with that. As far as the conference call, I have given you all the information for the call, and as a part of my duties as mayor, I have conference call meetings with different people daily, and there is information I learned and need to know to carry out my duties that does not concern or interfere or nor warrant discussion from the board. In response to your last statement below, there are no legalities or liabilities at this time to mitigate or discuss as this is an ongoing investigation. That simply means that there are no facts, myriad, or cases that has been determined. I don't know what else I could say that I haven't already said to aid your understanding that we are defendants of this, and when it's time for us to gather defense, I will then let the city attorney know. We will then brief the board accordingly. I know this is repetitive, but I would like to offer clarity. The reason you don't see boards issuing statements because it is a function of the mayor to be over and handle the affairs of the municipality according to the state code. And that's section 21-3-15. This too is what I'm asking the board to allow me to just do my job. I have managed and I've led this effort, and I do not want to bring public attention to it because another statement comes from someone that represents our city. Lastly, you are correct. I have filed an appeal with the Jackson County Circuit Court. I am asking the board to provide myself and themselves with counsel or that's which is I think is how it works. So moving forward, I really want to say that this special call meeting, hold on, I'm talking. So this special call meeting is briefing from the police department on the Senate investigation. I lead the city of Moss Point day-to-day operations, and our police chief and deputy chief are absent today, so I will not I am, based on the information and the statements provided today, I've already worked with the chief and asked them if they agree with these statements before I sent them out, and they did. So there's no further information that really can be discussed as it relates to a briefing from the police department.
Yes, we was here for a briefing, but since you interjected, your appeal to the court.
That's like I said, when
You mentioned it, I want to correct something. You mentioned it.
It's not listed in the special call notice.
But he already mentioned it.
And I stopped him when he did.
Well, stop me. Well, somebody called TEC, TEC at OSA at Mississippi dot Mississippi.gov. And you will learn that in this type of government, there's no appeal process for override by board. I've talked to the highest authority in the state of Mississippi. He has no appeal process. He can either go to court and sue us, but he cannot appeal our override, and that's government, that's statute, that's state statute.
Anybody have any questions as it relates to what's going on with the switch file? Alderman Chapman. I know you.
I appreciate your clarification. I want to make sure that was relevant to the public, so that they will know that as a board, we collectively support your announcement or your information, and make sure that they understand that we don't have any official additional information that we are at liberty to share.
Thanks, Alderman Chapman. And then I want to also let you know, Alderman Chapman and Alderman Bradford, I know y'all called this meeting. I know we haven't sent out the agenda. Okay, we haven't sent out the agenda yet. So, but some of you probably do have some information for the Wednesday agenda. And Chief was already on there to give you a briefing on this, give you the same briefing on Tuesday in the executive session.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
All right, so.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
I do.
All right, so is there any other questions? Alderman Morris, Alderman Downs, Alderman Byrd, Alderman Ray. All right, could we get a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn, sir.
All in favor? All opposed? Thank you guys so much. Meeting adjourned.